Everybody, welcome back to Leosophy. I got 3 more questions, and they are all in relation to sort of the new series of videos regarding pathogens. And just going to jump right in. One is, that's kind of funny. We actually cover that in the podcast. Why is it called coronavirus? The proteins that are around it ring around it in a way that kind of resembles a halo or a corona. So yeah, that's really all that it does. Let's see. Question 2. Do antibiotics have any effect at all on parasites? Well, the next video is about parasites, but the only way that an antibiotic would have a negative effect on a parasite would be if the compounds that affect the bacteria happen to also have a negative effect on parasites. It's conceivable, but it's really not like a properly measured effect. It's not recommended. It's not really going to help the situation. The only way that it could really do much good is because antibiotics, because they kill gut bacteria and because they are themselves sort of a toxic compound, they tend to irritate the gut, and if you have intestinal parasites, that could, make them less comfortable, but it's not going to be an accurate treatment. So yeah, I don't encourage that as a means of dealing with them. So yeah, antibiotics are chiefly made to combat bacteria and nothing else. Same thing with sulfa pills. That's what they do too. Hang on just a sec. Gotta pause it and drag up the third one because it's in a separate file for whatever reason. I can't remember why. What influences the transmission of a disease? You mean like how contagious it is? A few things. One would be the means of transmission. So a virus that can only survive in very moist environments for any period of time can only be shared through fluids, including possibly droplets coughed or sneezed from an individual. Bigger viruses would have to be coughed or sneezed, and smaller ones could transmit through just the vapor of respiration. A lot of viruses can't survive in the outside world at all, and therefore they have to be contracted through sexual fluids or blood, and that's where Ebola and HIV and things come in. And lastly, one of the big things that also affects transmissibility is how many viruses are created when they infect a cell, because that's what we covered in the virus episode, that they turn cells into virus factories, and how long the actual shelf life of the virus is. And when I say shelf life, I just mean, because it's not considered a living thing, how long the structural integrity of that virus can continue in an environment that it's not really adapted to be in. A great example of this is some viruses, like I mentioned, they have to be around fluid. If they're on a solid surface, they might deteriorate very rapidly, and so as such, they're not very transmissible. Some, on the other hand, can withstand really high temperatures, really low temperatures, really dry temperatures, really moist environments, and they could be on a flat surface for years. It's conceivable. It's not out of the ordinary even. There are viruses that do that. So those are all factors that affect the transmissibility. The means by which they're transmitted, and more than anything, the big two, how fast they replicate in a cell, and how much structural integrity they have in alien environments, in environments that would otherwise be detrimental to their existence. So, yeah, I hope that answers it. Like, share, subscribe, keep asking questions. Bye.